So I shall see you there. You come from New Jersey. Got a great racetrack there. Yes, darling. The lady in blue. Do you have the mic, or do you want to use it? Would you like to use this one? Let's share a mic together.
I heard by the grapevine that on the beef set that you started a food fight and sometimes other distractions and never got the blame for it. Is that truth to this?
It's not true. But I'm going to start one again tonight. So please all come tonight to the banquet, all armed with plenty of bread rolls and grapes. Grapes are very good missiles. Yes. We shall have fun tonight. Any more questions? Yes, sir. Oh, sorry. Yes, please.
I'm Sally from Virginia. Could you tell us something about the Friends of Roy Dotrice and Molly, who is organizing that, and maybe we'll get to hear more immediate news about what you're doing?
Yes, thank you. Hope you heard that question. Molly Toms has very kindly agreed, or actually approached me about forming a Roy Dotrice fan club. Thank you. We didn't want to call it fans because I feel that all the people attached and all you wonderful people that have been concerned with Beauty and the Beast are not fans, you're friends and family, and so we call the Friends of Roy Dotrice, and it has been immensely successful. It has been in operation now for just over a year, and already we've had 2 letters. One was from my mother and the other was a bill for stationery. No, I'm kidding. It has just been started by Molly Toms, and she is here. Hello, yes, darling. I didn't hear any of that. What was that?
I also wanted to thank you for not asking Molly to walk on water the first week, because we would have had news editorials about Lady Walks on Water at request of Mr. Dotrice.
Actually, I did see, I think it's the prototype, the first one of the magazine, Friends of Roy Dotrice, and I think it's quite wonderful. It's brilliantly produced. I love it. Absolutely love it. Thank you so much. I'll talk to Molly later anyway. Yes, darling.
Really enjoyed the episode that you wrote, Ashes, Ashes, and I wondered if you'd like to try more writing in the future.
Yes, the episode I wrote, Ashes to Ashes, I enjoyed writing that and I enjoyed being in it. And the reaction from that episode was extremely... This has been the wonderful thing about being attached, as it were, to part of this family, to being part of Beauty and the Beast, because of the letters one gets. They're not the usual fan letters, no. Please send me an autographed photograph. A 10 by 8, or preferably a 15 by 20. And P.S. I forgot to enclose the postage. They're not those usual photos. I mean, I get very erudite, very sensitive letters from people, and one realizes there are a lot of people out there who are sadly lacking in family. They don't have any parental guidance. They don't, in fact, have much parental love, a lot of them. And they feel very lacking. And when we did the episode Ashes to Ashes, which was about the plague that strikes the tunnels, and this terrible epidemic that goes through and kills quite a few, including the young girl, if you remember, and her brother, I've forgotten his name.
Eric.
I knew you'd know. He wanted to go with her, and she obviously didn't want him to get the plague, so she tells him, no, you can't come with me, and he turns around and says to her, I hate you. And those were the last words he said to his sister. She died, and he was filled with utter remorse and wanted to try and contact her. And I had been to several psychiatrists, and the whole question of confronting death, particularly if there is remorse concerned, was in fact that one should try to contact them in some way. And I thought maybe the way we could do it was to write letters to his sister, and the whole of the community did that. And we put the letters in the fire, and the ashes went up into the blue yonder, and hopefully to his sister. And I had a lot of letters about it, and one of the most poignant letters, I think, was from a young girl of, I think she was 16 or 17, and her best friend was a young boy of 13. And they had been together all their lives. They adored each other. But this summer he went off alone with his mother on a sort of picnic thing. And they had one of those propane gas things, is it, or butane, whatever you call it, and it exploded in their faces. Now the mother was killed outright, and he was so badly burned and blown about that they didn't think he was going to survive. And he was put into intensive care. And they got him through that, and he was going to exist, but as what? He saw himself in the mirror and didn't want to live anymore. He was so badly disfigured. And so this girl, his friend, bought a videotape recorder and took it into him and showed him episodes of Beauty and the Beast to show that no matter how deformed you were, you could even be in the form of an animal almost, but nevertheless you could be loved and loving. And the boy responded to this and wanted to live. And he was making marvelous progress when one night he was neglected by the nurses and his friend, this girl, was not there, and he had a stroke and died. And she could never forgive herself for this. She was so bitter about this, that she'd nursed him. In the few minutes that she'd left him alone, he had this thing and departed. And so she couldn't even go to the funeral. And when she saw Ashes, Ashes, she decided she would ask his forgiveness for not being there in his last moments. And she wrote him a letter and burnt it in a bonfire and watched the ashes go up. And from that moment onwards, it was all right. So those are the sort of letters one gets, you know, and it's so wonderful to feel that due to you wonderful people, that we are part of your life and that we become involved in your lives. And, you know, it's so much better than doing an ordinary cops and robbers show. Bang, bang, you're dead all the time. So I always will be grateful to Beauty and the Beast for bringing me in contact with these people. Yes, any more questions? Just lady in pink. God, you're going to lose weight today.